Hey guys, Linda here from Create Your Future answering another subscriber's question. Before we begin, I do offer one-on-one coaching, so if you're interested, the info is down below. And also, we do have a free course on how to uncover your blocks and manifest fast. And you can also check out that link below. So I'm going to try to answer this question as best as I can. I hope I'm understanding it correctly. It's a very lengthy, multi-part kind of comment. So I intend that I'm answering this well enough to help this viewer and help you guys too. So they say that they were trying to manifest a job at a different building, but there was construction in the building they currently work at. And she's thinking that the construction needed to happen to fix her situation because there were certain features that were making the job difficult. Okay, so it sounds like she wanted a new job at another place. She didn't get the job yet, and there's some type of construction happening, but the type of construction that's happening is going to work in her benefit to help her do her job well, because whatever was happening before was going to make her job difficult or hindering it. Maybe it was the location, maybe it was having a ramp if you're in a wheelchair, maybe it was too loud when you're working in a quiet environment. I'm not sure. That's all it says. But they say that, I guess my question is it possible that my move to the new job didn't happen quicker because I had to have the other manifestation come first, which is the construction of fixing the building? Because if I had moved before I manifested this building to be reconstructed, I never would have known about this job or experienced it. So when you manifest something, you have to be around it to actually receive it, correct? So is there an order of events that needs to be played out before you can get another manifestation? Because maybe the first manifestation would interfere with you getting another one. They're so funny. You kind of get what I'm saying, right? So, okay. What I'm hearing is the construction at this building is what opened the door for her to find out that the job was happening, that they were hiring. And she's asking, did that need to happen first in order for her to get the job? And does one thing have to happen in a certain order of events in order for you to get the manifestation that you desire? And also, do you have to get one before the other? Okay. So, first of all, what you assume to be true will be true. So if you assume that A, B, and C, D has to happen before E, F, and G happens, then that's what's going to happen for you. If you assume that if you want to manifest SP, first you have to be unblocked, then they have to call you, then they have to talk to you, then they have to fall in love with you, then they have to move in with you, then they have to marry you. Sometimes it's very logical because the when and the how something manifests is not in our control. So if you're going to already start creating, this needs to happen first because you're actually creating more resistance. You're only looking at one way to get a manifestation when there's infinite realities, and your manifestation can come out so randomly in the weirdest ways, in ways that you never thought possible. So the first thing I would say is drop the story or worry of when and how it'll happen. Number one. Number two, if you assume it's going to happen a certain way, that's the way it's going to happen. It shouldn't have to happen. So the only thing that I kind of agree with what she's saying, if you will, is that does everything have to happen in a specific order to get your manifestation? Yes and no. It doesn't have to happen in the order that you're thinking. First this, then this, then this, then this, like the example I just used with SP. However, does there need to be a natural unfolding to get your desire? Absolutely. Neville Goddard even says if 1,000 men need to move, they will move in order for you to get your desire. I'm just kind of paraphrasing the quote, but that's what it's about. So if you were manifesting having a baby, naturally things would have to rearrange. You'd have to have a partner. You'd have to, do something in order to get impregnated. You'd have to wait the 9 months and then a baby comes. Okay. So things need to happen naturally. For example, if you were to apply for a job and you had an interview, you just sit back and wait for them to call you knowing you got the job. But behind the scenes, they could have called someone else. Someone could have rejected the job and that's why it came to you. There could be something postponed. Someone could have been on vacation. So by the time they contacted you later, it took longer than they thought. You don't know how something is going to unfold. You don't know how long it's going to take, and you don't know the way it's going to unfold. Just trust and know that it's going to unfold. For her, it seems like perhaps she was manifesting a new job in general. Perhaps she was manifesting a job with more pay, with more money. In her situation, a building went under construction, which caught her attention, which is where she wants to work, and now she got the job there. So the unfolding for her, yeah, you know what? The bridge of incidents for her to get that job was this building going into construction, which led to her, noticing this building and led to her noticing that they're hiring at this place. And now she got the job. What I just want to suggest is that we take the focus off trying to figure out the when or the how, and also take focus off analyzing. Is it because of this? Is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? Maybe because of this. Okay, so if this has to, just drop it. Just be in the knowing that I got my desire. I'm getting my desire. I got my desire. Whether it's an SP, whether it's money, whether it's a job. And just know and trust that whatever needs to change in between, whatever needs to shift or move out of the way, will shift and move out of the way in the best interest for you to get your desire. So instead of focusing on the when and the how and the why, just know that something is going to unfold. Now, at the end, when you get your desire, you might look back and say, oh, these are all the things that needed to happen for me to get my desire. And that's such a great feeling. That's like a whole like aha moment of, wow, this is how manifesting works. So cool. But yes, there is a natural unfolding that will happen. It doesn't mean one needs to happen before you manifest another, especially if it's different things. If I want to manifest a house, a new job, and SP, it doesn't have to happen in a particular order. They can all happen at the same time. Me and SP can move in together to buy a house, and because I got this new job, I now have more money to help pay for this house, and it all happened at the same time. So it doesn't mean that one thing needs to happen after another per se, and it's not always going to happen the way you think it's going to happen. First this needs to happen, then this needs to happen, then that needs to happen. However, yes, there is a bridge of incidents of things that have to move and shift to open the door, to open the pathway, to open the path of least resistance for your manifestation to come in. So just trust and know that there's always movement. You don't need to know the when and the how it's going to happen. Just trust that whatever needs to unfold in whatever steps, whatever order will unfold for you to get your desire. And also, yes, you can manifest multiple things at the same time, and everything will just kind of blend in together to make that happen. So I understood this question correctly, and I answered it, and I gave some nice insight to the rest of your viewers. If you'd like more help, you can sign up for one-on-one coaching. If you have any other questions or concern, you could always comment below any of my videos, and I would be glad to answer and help you out. So until the next video or next coaching session, ciao.